See that? That was about this back up here. That's how they did it. 24, right? 1:51 p.m., right? Well, that doesn't add up actually, so maybe not. Notice the space had an issue there with dropping it. That thing was meant to only be done in the middle of the night. Midnight. Period. Is the setup time for the backup to be done. Instead, it was done at 1:51 p.m. midway through doing something else on the phone. Which, if at any point there's even the argument that they're running out of space, that's your solution. Being said, this is the video that just got uploaded. Sorry, it skipped out of my click as I was typing it. Like a space, right? They damaged the previous recording, the previous video. My bad. Like a space, right? They damaged the previous recording, the previous. Don't know why I said the words lack of space before. Don't even know if it was me saying that. I think it was, but I think I said something else before that. My bad. Let it go too long. No more than this. About the same as this. On that recording, I was looking at this. So unless this didn't update, that was more than enough. It was more than 100 megabytes for switching from 2 to 1. 2 to 1? I think it was about that. It was 1 when I stopped and I noticed that to prevent tampering. And regardless, they crashed the phone. Same thing as they did the other times. The
So they crashed the phone, but they connected to, and no many more details of that.
Notice the point of
Like a
this
space,
was interrupted. Right? It was theoretically when it said it ran out of space, as this proves. I took a screenshot at the same space, I think. I would have. No, that's the wrong screenshot. I did. 49:52, 3 minutes ago. Just not the lack of space one, but it was lack of space. Then I find out that this is backup being done in the middle of the afternoon, which is not supposed to. But that's not just that. What I was showing from before was, yes, that one was damaged, but I was gonna say now was this. I was looking through the files on the 14th, the other side. This is the first one that I noticed inside the bus. Seen from a video, and I knew that there'll be something. If you don't know why this video exists, that's why it exists. So, remember I mentioned before that I wouldn't take a cent as far as this crime is concerned, and there was a reason for that, and the reason for that has very little to do with victims being paid, because victims should be paid as compensation for their crimes, but that I wouldn't do that as of personally, and that would put criminals in a very interesting position. Keep that in mind. But most importantly, I think this was what was on the screen of this phone. There's not using any other phone at this day. I felt like I should watch this because I found it interesting. I remember something, been thinking about that. Imagine something correlating to the crimes in general. I imagine that in the future, people who actually deal with a lot of speech are gonna find this particularly interesting, but due to especially the inclination towards war crimes, and atrocities for what you witness. But pay attention to that thing over there. Pretty key. The fact that you would witness this moment of the video to run out of space.
And no many more details of that. Like a space, right? They damaged.
This is why every time when I interrupt the video, and I did that several of the previous ones to make very clear to you that it was me, I usually start by saying that was me. I was the one stopping it. I had to do that, and you start the next one from that screen. So